Good afternoon to all the participants to our webinar. I would like, first of all, to thank you for joining once again for this July webinar. And would like to introduce the topic of today webinar. Which is the ARSO African Quality Award, promoting the competitiveness of the African enterprises and adopting the culture of quality in Africa. Are our industry ready for participation in the AfCFTA and in the Africa Quality Award process? We also ask ourselves, do we need this quality award? I am Dr. Mojen Sengimana. I will be the moderator of this discussion today. If you look at the main objective why this topic was chosen, the main objective is to create a quality culture in our industry, in our consumers. It's very important that we continue to educate ourselves, to educate decision makers, to educate the SMEs, the industry on issues of quality. We will be going through different presentations. We will go in ECOWAS, which is the West Africa, where since 2013 they have been involved in Quality Award in West Africa. We will go to China, where we know the SMEs have been confronted to the quality culture through Quality Awards. From China, we'll go to India also to see how the zero effect, zero defect, a quality award that is also linked to sustainability can be helping the industry to enter into the export market to access new market. Then we will come back to East Africa in Rwanda, where we will now get to know, made in Rwanda, how is it contributing to the quality in the Rwandan industry, Rwandan context, and the lesson that we can learn from the Made in Rwanda. Those will be the 4 presentations. Without further delay, I would like to present you our first speaker, who is Sar Barama, the former Director General of Senegalese Association of Standardization. He has also been in establishing the Quality Award in ECOWAS, and he has a long experience as a standardizer and as a manager in the standard body of Senegal. Sar Barama will be presenting to us the Quality Award in ECOWAS, mainly discussing why Quality Award matters and why the African Quality Award is necessary, the ECOWAS Quality Awards experience and challenges. Sar Barama, you can start your presentation. Do you want us to share, or are you gonna share your presentation? We can do both. Tu peux partager ton écran ou bien on peut partager la présentation pour toi.
Ouais, vous pouvez partager pour moi.
Okay, merci beaucoup. Dan, can you put on the presentation?
OK. Merci. Je peux commencer.
Oui, tu peux commencer ça.
Voilà, donc nous avons la présentation donc, du prix CEDEAO de la qualité qui a été organisé la première fois avec l'appui du programme Système Qualité de l'Afrique de l'Ouest qui est financé par l'Union européenne, exécuté par l'ONUDI. La page suivante, oui. Donc, nous allons voir dans cette présentation les objectifs du prix CEDEAO de la qualité en quelques slides, les conditions de participation au concours, les critères et référentiels du prix, et les prix CEDEAO et les prix spéciaux, parce qu'il y a des prix spéciaux. Allez-y. Allez-y, la deuxième diapo, voilà. Les objectifs du prix CEDEAO de la qualité. Donc, l'objectif, c'est de primer les meilleures organisations de la région et récompenser ainsi l'effort qualité déployé au niveau national. Et les objectifs spécifiques, c'est de soutenir l'effort de la promotion de la démarche qualité au niveau national, donc des pays membres, encourager l'utilisation des outils d'intégration régionaux, inciter les organisations à la bonne gouvernance et à des performances durables, promouvoir l'excellence en matière de gestion de la qualité. Allez-y. Qui peut participer au prix CEDEAO de la qualité? Allez-y. Ce sont les entreprises lauréates du prix national harmonisé de la qualité. Dans chaque pays, il y a un prix national donc, qui est harmonisé au niveau de la CEDEAO et chaque pays organise son prix national. Allez-y. Au niveau national, donc, il y a 3 catégories d'entreprises qui participent. Les grandes organisations, les entreprises qui ont plus de 100 employés et les moyennes entreprises, moyennes organisations qui ont plus de 20 à 100 employés et les petites entreprises qui ont entre 1 et 20 employés. Donc, dans chaque catégorie d'entreprise, donc, les entreprises peuvent compétir dans leur catégorie au prix national de la qualité. Allez-y. Donc, au niveau national, il y a 4 niveaux de participation. Dans chaque catégorie d'entreprise, petite, moyenne et grande, il y a 4 niveaux de participation. Le niveau 1, c'est le prix bronze, c'est l'engagement à la qualité. Ce sont des entreprises qui viennent presque de plus ou moins s'engager dans le domaine de la qualité. Il n'y a que 9 critères à ce niveau 1. Pour le niveau 2, qui est le prix argent, maîtrise de la qualité, il y a 18 critères. Donc, il y a les 9 critères du niveau 1, plus 9 autres critères pour le niveau 2. Ça fait 18 critères pour le niveau 2. Pour le niveau 3, c'est 27 critères. Donc, il y a 18 critères du niveau 2, plus 9 autres critères pour le niveau 3, encouragement à l'excellence. Le niveau 3, c'est encouragement à l'excellence. Maintenant, le niveau 4, c'est le prix diamant, c'est le prix d'excellence qui regroupe 40 critères, qui regroupe les 27 critères du niveau 3, plus 13 autres critères qui sont des critères régionaux. Ça fait 40 critères donc pour le niveau 4. Allez-y. Donc, pour participer au prix CEDEAO de la qualité, il faut être lauréat du prix d'excellence au niveau de sa catégorie, au niveau national. Donc, il faut avoir le prix national dans ta catégorie, mais le prix d'excellence seulement. Donc, les entreprises qui ont gagné au niveau national dans leur catégorie le prix d'excellence, le niveau 4, participent au prix CEDEAO de la qualité. Allez-y. Allez-y. Donc, quels sont les critères? Au niveau national, le prix national, les critères sont des clauses des normes ISO 9001, management de la qualité, et ISO 9004 dans leur version actuelle. ISO 9004. Maintenant, au niveau régional, pour participer au prix régional, les critères sont des critères des normes ISO 9001, des exigences des normes ISO 9001 et ISO 9004, les principes de management de la qualité, et des critères spécifiques régionaux favorisant l'intégration, comme par exemple l'intégration dans l'organisation des référentiels juridiques et comptables, la certification des comptes des 2 dernières années, le chiffre d'affaires, la marge bénéficiaire, tout ça. Ensuite, occuper une part de marché de la CEDEAO, le pourcentage du chiffre d'affaires, donc des exportations par rapport au chiffre d'affaires total. Le chiffre d'affaires des exportations au niveau de la CEDEAO, aussi ça compte, ça fait partie des critères. Et la prise en compte de la dimension régionale dans l'actionnariat même de l'entreprise, s'il y a des actionnaires des autres pays, au niveau des autres pays membres de la CEDEAO, ça aussi est pris en compte dans les critères du prix CEDEAO de la qualité. Et la couverture régionale du marché, au moins l'entreprise qui participe va au moins dans 2 pays de la CEDEAO, ses produits, au moins au minimum 2 pays. Allez-y. Next slide. Maintenant, en plus du prix CEDEAO d'excellence, avec les critères de ISO 9001 et de ISO 9004, plus les critères régionaux, si vous gagnez le prix d'excellence, vous avez le prix d'excellence qui est affiché là, au niveau de la CEDEAO. Mais on donne aussi des prix spéciaux au niveau de la CEDEAO. Par exemple, pour le leadership, celui qui récolte le maximum de points au niveau des critères du leadership, il aura un prix spécial leadership. Pour la réalisation du produit, donc, ce sont un peu des clauses de l'ISO 9001. Hein. Si vous avez le maximum de points en ce qui concerne la réalisation du produit, vous pouvez donc avoir un prix spécial réalisation du produit. C'est valable aussi pour le management des ressources. Il y a un prix spécial management des ressources et un autre prix spécial orientation partie intéressée. Maintenant, chaque prix spécial a ses critères relatifs donc au prix en question. Et ce sont les critères des normes ISO 9001 et ISO 9004. En ce qui concerne le leadership, la réalisation du produit, le management des ressources et l'orientation des parties intéressées. Voilà comment c'est organisé. Il y a un jury régional, il y a un comité d'organisation au niveau de la CEDEAO et dans le jury régional, les pays envoient donc des membres qui représentent leur pays au niveau du jury. Maintenant, pour les candidatures, pour les évaluations, je n'ai pas fait de diapo, mais il y a 4 superviseurs d'auditeurs. Chaque auditeur a 4 pays, couvre 4 pays. Avec maintenant, dans chaque pays, un auditeur qui va accompagner le superviseur, qui est choisi par donc, la CEDEAO, qui supervise l'audit. Maintenant, une fois les candidats audités, il y a les évaluations, les rapports, et sont soumis au jury en fonction des points attribués. Chaque critère a un certain nombre de points, ou plus, enfin au moins, vers 4000 points, vous avez le prix d'excellence. 4000 points, c'est les 40 critères, les 50 critères du prix CEDEAO. Le prix CEDEAO de la qualité a 50 critères. 40 critères, donc, pour le prix d'excellence, qui sont des exigences de ISO 9001 et ISO 9000, et d'autres critères d'intégration régionale. Voilà donc, en gros, l'organisation du prix CEDEAO de la qualité. Et je précise que ce sont les lauréats des prix nationaux, des prix d'excellence au niveau national qui participent au prix CEDEAO de la qualité. Ceux qui ont le prix d'excellence, qui ont déroulé le management de la qualité au sein de leurs entreprises et également intègre les critères régionaux, le pourcentage de chiffre d'affaires, donc en matière d'exportation au niveau de la CEDEAO, les comptes, la tenue des comptes, la certification des comptes de l'entreprise, la bonne gouvernance, tout ça sont des critères régionaux. Il y en a 13. Et je vous enverrai donc le détail de tous ces critères-là pour votre information. Merci.
Merci beaucoup, Sarah. Avec ton expérience au niveau national, avec le prix de la qualité de 1997 et l'expérience aussi au niveau de la région de 2013, est-ce que vous avez vu vraiment que les prix qualité ont aidé les entreprises? Est-ce que vous avez peut-être des cas concrets que vous pouvez partager avec les participants dans le webinaire?
Oui, nous avons une petite et moyenne entreprise, Soproca, qui fait de la gomme amidon. Vous voyez nos boubous là, nos boubous au niveau du Sénégal. Il y a de la gomme qu'on met. C'est à base de manioc. C'est son produit. Quand il est candidat pour la première fois à l'Oscar national de la qualité, qui est le prix national au niveau du Sénégal. Donc, il a essayé de mettre en place la démarche qualité à travers les critères du référentiel. Vous voyez, du règlement du concours. Donc, ce sont les exigences de ISO 9001. Et il a mis en place certaines exigences. Et il a eu à gagner dans sa catégorie donc le prix national de la qualité, ce qui l'a amené l'année suivante à être certifié même ISO 9001. Vous voyez, donc grâce au prix, il a mis en place donc déjà la démarche qualité, il a amélioré et il a gagné, il s'est fait certifier ISO 9001 l'année suivante. Ça a eu des impacts au niveau même de la commercialisation de ces produits, parce qu'on sait que c'est une entreprise certifiée, une petite moyenne entreprise qui a été lauréat de l'Oscar de la qualité, parce qu'à chaque édition, la remise du trophée est présidée par le chef de l'État. C'est le président de la République qui donne le trophée aux entreprises. Donc, c'est une occasion pour faire la promotion des entreprises qui ont mis en place un bon système de gestion de la qualité, de management de la qualité selon les normes ISO 9001.
Merci, merci beaucoup. Est-ce que lorsque tu regardes ce que vous faites dans la région de la CEDEAO, est-ce qu'il y a des encouragements à donner pour l'Afrique? Est-ce qu'on peut réussir à avoir prix qualité au niveau de 55 pays?
Oui, on peut bien, tout dépend de l'organisation à mettre en place. Il y a un comité d'organisation, mais dans chaque pays qui participe au prix, donc le secrétariat du prix national s'occupe de l'organisation du prix africain. Vous voyez, il donne le dossier, il fait la promotion du prix africain de la qualité. C'est au niveau national, le secrétariat du prix national fait la promotion du prix africain en donnant les documents, donc les critères du prix, le règlement du prix, la composition du jury. Il fait savoir toute l'organisation du prix africain de la qualité. C'est le secrétariat au niveau national du prix national qualité qui fait cette promotion-là auprès des entreprises. Vous voyez, donc les organismes de normalisation, c'est eux qui assurent le secrétariat donc, des prix nationaux. Donc, c'est à eux de faire la promotion du prix africain de la qualité. Et les candidats, maintenant, les prix d'excellence, c'est comme la Ligue des champions de football. Ce sont les champions au niveau national qui participent à la Ligue des champions en Afrique. Vous voyez? Oui. Donc, on prend chaque champion national avec le prix d'excellence qui participe au prix africain, donc qui couvre 55 pays. Et là, la promotion est plus grande, on a plus d'envergure, plus donc, de promotion au niveau du marché africain, en gagnant le prix africain de la qualité.
Merci beaucoup, Sarah. On va revenir sur vous pour quelques questions. Oh, merci pour ta présentation. Merci beaucoup. Merci. Our next presenter, I would that we have interpretation. Yeah, you can check on the globe to find the interpretation. Our next presenter is Yugang. the Deputy Director, Quality Management Division of Quality Development Bureau in China. He has been engaged in quality policy, in promoting also the quality management systems and methods. And actually, very importantly, that the China Quality Award, which was established in 2012, has offered to SME to transform into their products and actually their system into a quality culture that is linked on Made in Africa 2025 plan. I would like to ask Yungang to share his presentation, and his presentation will be discussing mainly transforming the manufacturing sector in China and the production of export oriented products, the role of the National Quality Award in China, and the lessons for Africa. Yugang, you have now the time to give your presentation.
Okay.
You can share your screen. Thank you.
Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to tell you about China Quality Award. Quality is a common topic in the international economy, and the National Quality Award program is a common practice in the world. Today, it is a good opportunity to introduce the purpose and the characteristics of the China Quality Award and its role in promoting the quality improvement in China's industries. Quality improvements and innovation are valued in China's economic construction. In the 1950s, the Quality Constitution was summarized among Chinese enterprises, including good practice such as people in management and the key role of the frontline employees. Since China's reform and opening up, we have actively carried out international quality exchanges and promoted the upgrading of China's quality management and quality level. Our government is also aware that enterprises should be encouraged to summarize and promote quality management models and methods suited for China's national conditions, and the government should promote enterprises' innovation and practices in quality management by setting up the China Quality Program. Established in 2012, the China Quality Award is biennial and is divided into China Quality Award and China Quality Award Nomination Award. The number of awards does not exceed 10 organizations and individuals, and the nomination awards are up to 90. The China Quality Award puts emphasis on evaluating management. It does not judge the quality of product and service, mainly focusing on the evaluation of the quality management system, models, and methods of the organizations. The China Quality Award aims to promote the application of advanced quality management methods in the whole society, accelerate quality management in innovation, and communicate the newest quality concepts, as well as encourage and guide organizations to continuously improve quality. The China Quality Award highlights strict evaluation criteria. The organization should meet 3 requirements of appraising the award. Firstly, the organization is required to have no major accidents in the aspect of quality, safety, environmental protection, and does not have any related illegal acts. Secondly, it makes outstanding achievements in the 4 areas: quality, innovation, brand, and business results. Thirdly, the quality management system, models, and methods have certain innovation and high metrics and are worth to promoting. The China Quality Awards highlight fairness and justice. We have set up China Quality Award Committee and as the governing body, which consists of 2 subcommittees, Judge Committee and Overseers Committee. The Judge Committee is responsible for the reviewing work, and the Overseers Committee is for supervising the whole reviewing process. The organizations should pass through several selections processes, such as document review, oral presentation, on-site review, and so on. And the reviewing results must be officially publicized and are supervised by people. Since the establishment of the China's Quality Award, a total of 19 organizations and 3 individuals have won the China's Quality Award, and 173 organizations and 22 individuals have won the China Quality Award nomination award. Coming from manufacturing, service industry, engineer, construction industry, as well as healthcare, education, and other industries. These winners are the quality benchmark in China and have their own unique quality management system, models, and methods. For example, HAIR, the first China Quality Award winning organization, has created a HAIR's unified man and orders management model. Huawei, the winner of the second China Quality Award, have developed Huawei's customer focus, employing and controlling management model, and so on. We put a high value on promoting advanced quality management models and methods and sharing the quality management practices of winners among hundreds of thousands of enterprises. Some excellent award-winning organizations graphic national standards based on their quality management practices. Standardizing its quality management system, model, and method for more enterprise to apply. China's Quality Award progress and its large-scale promotion and exchange activity motivate to build the concept of quality first in the society and promote the quality culture. We believe that the implementation of the government's quality award program, the promotion of advanced quality management models and methods, and motivating the organizations and individuals to pursue quality progress have become an important means for countries to improve national quality competitiveness. We are willing to communicate with the African Organization for Standardization and African countries on the government quality award program and make common progress by drawing on each other's strengths. We are also willing to strengthen exchanges with African countries in quality management and quality culture. We believe that strengthening quality cooperation among countries should firstly promote the exchanges of quality management and quality culture. Through these exchanges, we can broaden visions and ideas and learn from the best, promoting the update of quality concepts and the application of advanced quality management systems, models, and methods, and the quality improvement of industries. We advocate that China and Africa jointly built a platform of quality management and quality culture for mutual learning and development. We hope that African Organization for the Standardization could visit China Quality Award winners when appropriate, and Chinese enterprises can conduct training exchanges and share their experience in quality management. We also hope to visit some African countries concerned when appropriate to learn from good quality management concepts and cultures of African countries. We wish quality exchanges and cooperation between China and Africa could make a contribution to the economic development of both sides for the benefits of people. This is the end of my speech. I'm very glad to be here today to share my thoughts with all of you. Thank you for your listening.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Yugang, and thank you also for proposing to create China-Africa Quality Platform to share experience. I think it's something that we should explore. I wanted to ask you one or two questions. Looking at your presentation, you said the applicant, you only accept no more than 90 applications. Why do you limit yourself to 90 applications? Yugang? It seems like we lost Yugang. Yeah, once he's back, we can have further discussion on this. Yeah. Thank you very much. The next presenter is Dr. Raj. Dr. Raj has been in the Quality Council of India since 2015. And actually is the director in charge of zero effect, zero defect. We had good collaboration on maturity model. We always like to hear from you on the experience on how the Quality Council of India is helping the SMEs in compliance with the zero effect, zero defect. Dr. Raj will be presenting to us making the SMEs in Africa meet quality criteria for the African single market under the AfCFTA agreement, step-by-step quality qualification through the maturity model. Listen from the Quality Council of India. Dr. Raj, my friend, you can start the presentation.
Thank you so much, Dr. H, and thank you all the other panelists here and all the viewers who have taken out their time. I can see more than 112 of us are here. Thank you so much. Before I put on my presentation, short presentation about the zero defect, zero effect philosophy and the scheme that the government of India is following, a very quick brief about what India is. India is the second largest in population. It's the seventh largest in area. We have 22 scheduled languages, which are registered. With more than 19,000 dialects that we speak. We have 36 states and union territories. We have 7 river systems with 400 rivers and rivulets. We have hills, we have valleys, we have plains. We have all seasons. We have a snowfall somewhere. We have drought somewhere. We have it becomes very hot in the summers. We have rains. Think of any weather. We have it here, and we are a democratic, socialist, secular, sovereign republic, which has a parliamentary system which is federal in structure. Within all this, we have more than 60 million micro, small, and medium enterprises. We are a young country, but a very old civilization, one of the oldest in the world. Within this entire gamut of, I would say, diversity, we have ethnic diversity, we have racial diversity, we have all diversity, we have religious diversity, we have 60 million plus manufacturing and service sector, micro, small, and medium enterprises. How do I make one model catering to the gamut of, I would say, aspects that India is? I would not say it's a challenge. I would say actually it becomes very easy, keeping in mind that the current spread of MSMEs all over India. How do I make outreach to them? How do I get to them, tell them that this is a good certification system or an award or reward system? We have more than 100,000 registered publications in India. How do I reach out to them? So what we have done, we created a common certification model for them, which I will share my screen now and share with you, which what we have done. And this is called the Zero Defect, Zero Effect certification model. Dr. H, hope my screen is visible.
Yes, it is visible. Yeah.
So this model was created about 4 to 5 years back. It was made as a maturity assessment model. The idea behind this was to enhance an MSME's competitiveness, make them sustainable, transform them as national and international champions, with the objective that they continue to adopt new technologies, new tools, constantly upgrade their processes, and ensure high quality and high productivity, while making sure that their quest for zero defect has minimum impact on the environment. And how who are eligible for this scheme? The biggest bottleneck, which actually came in earlier, was how to identify that they're actually micro, small, and medium enterprises. So the government of India long back created a system to register them. This system has evolved over a period of time, and it is now called Udyam. Udyam means an enterprise in English, and the government of India, through the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, has created an online portal where the micro, small and medium enterprises can register themselves and avail all services, facilities, certifications, awards, rewards, and any kind of incentive and benefit which the government brings in. The zero defect, zero effect certification earlier had 5 levels. With our experience, with our own experience of implementing the Z certification scheme, we realized that 5 levels is too much. It becomes a bit too overwhelming for the small enterprises that I have to go miles to achieve something. So we have clubbed it into 3: bronze, silver, and gold. Earlier, it had diamond and platinum also, but we have clubbed the requirements in this, and the steps have become actually very easy. The first step for any MSME is to register on the Z website, take a pledge that they will follow the philosophy of Z, and then immediately after that, they will have the option to apply for any of these certifications which are there on your screen, bronze, silver, or gold. However, what we have done now is we have included a free certification for the MSMEs, which will help them to be prepared against COVID-19 risks. See, what is happening is the entire world has not been left untouched by the mammoth devastation that the pandemic has caused, including our MSMEs, including the global economy. It has impacted a lot. So what India has done is we have created a model called WASH, Workplace Assessment for Safety and Hygiene. Under this model, we have included 15 elements which any workplace can follow and mitigate and minimize the risk of COVID. So within this, the government has included the certification on workplace assessment and safety against COVID-19, which is free for them. It is an online certification under which they have to upload evidences, and remotely we can see what is happening. The main idea is not just a certification. Main idea is whatever rules, regulation the government is coming up regarding COVID-19 preparedness, we are able to tell them that this is how they need to function so that they can minimize the risk. That is why this is coming in. And as a third step, they can go in for any of the certification, fulfill the requirements of each level. So see, earlier it was a maturity model where they can apply for a certification and based on the marks received, they used to get any of this. But now we have learned from our own experience, and any MSME can apply for bronze, silver, or gold, which I will just show you in the next screen. These are the requirements. Any MSME which is applying for a bronze certification needs to comply with 5 parameters, which on the screen you can see, from leadership to Swachh workplace. Swachh workplace means cleanliness, hygiene, or 5S, as you may know in the quality circles. It also includes workplace safety and hygiene. It includes timely delivery and quality management. So any micro, small, or medium enterprises who can conform to the requirements mentioned in these 5 parameters, they can get the bronze certification. Any MSME which is complying to 14 requirements which are there on the screen, 5 of bronze and 9 more, which includes human resource, daily works, etc., but also include aspects related to environment management, energy management, defect, rework, cost of poor quality. If they can conform to the requirements of these 14 elements, they can get a silver certification. And if any MSME conforms to all 20, they can get the gold certification. So if you see, we have now beautifully integrated a maturity model in conformity. So it's a maturity through conformity where any MSME who conforms to a certain certification like bronze, silver, or gold can mature from bronze to silver to gold. But how can we make this a success? We can make this success only if all the stakeholders come together. You and I alone can't make this a success. You as in the government and I as in a small enterprise, we together alone, we can't do it. So we need to have all stakeholders, which are touch points of the MSMEs, of the small and medium enterprises. We need to come together. So in India, apart from the government, from the Quality Council of India, which I represent, the Bureau of Indian Standards, the state governments, all ministries and departments, the implementing agencies which are implementing various components of the Z scheme, the industry associations, and the micro, small, medium enterprises. We all have come together. We have a role defined. Each one of them have a defined role to play in the scheme of things. But these cannot be successful without having the right carrot in place. So the incentives and benefits need to be there to pull a small enterprise towards a quality-driven ecosystem. So if I am a small enterprise, why should I go in for a voluntary quality award or a quality certification? There needs to be a pull. These pull come in the form of incentives which the governments give. For example, the government of India is giving a financial assistance on getting this certification. So there's a subsidy on the cost of certification. There is subsidy on the cost of hand-holding that the government provides after getting Z. Then there is also financial support. In case I have a Z certification, I will also be given additional subsidy in case I want to have some other certifications related to quality. These certifications may be related to, they may be international certification, national certification. For example, I want to get ISO 14001 certified, but that is costing me X amount of dollars. So the government will say, I will take care of some dollars, you pay a little bit, but I will only do it if you have Z certification. So such incentives are there. Apart from this, there are graded incentives which the government is announcing slowly and steadily. For example, the government has said, if you take Z certification, I might allow you concession in electricity charges, or I might give you a discount on the loan that you're going in for, or I might give you a concession on logistics, on railways parcel system, which is very widely used by the small and medium enterprises. So the government is in the process of getting all these incentives mobilized so that more and more enterprises get onto the ecosystem of zero defect, zero effect. This is what the zero defect, zero effect website looks like. All those participants and delegates who are here who have seen the previous version of Z, we are now in the process of evolving it further. As you know, we have, from only a maturity model, we have made it into a maturity through conformity. So the entire changes are expected to be launched in a month, say by the Independence Day that India will be having next month. We are planning to launch this in a new avatar. So the old Z model is being renewed and relaunched. And this is how the entire portal will look like. All the systems, like last time, are end-to-end digitalized. Everything will be online. Even if there is an on-site assessment by an assessor, it will be through a mobile app. There is no photocopy or documentation being taken back by the assessor. Nothing of that sort. There is zero use of paper in the entire process. So this is what it looks like. And to end it, the Ministry of MSME, Government of India, for a very long time has instituted a lot of awards for the micro, small and medium enterprises of India. This is a snapshot of the website of this particular awards portal. And right at the bottom, you have the URL. You can copy and go and check what exactly, check the entire guidelines, check the awards that have been given by the state, by the center. There are various categories in which the awards are given. The small enterprises are the hub of innovation. So there is an award on innovation. There's an award on best practices in manufacturing. There are separate awards for the service sector also. There are awards related to MSMEs who have adopted lean manufacturing well. They have awards where the MSMEs have proven that their products contain a very high quality. And for example, the Indian Space Program, a lot of small parts and components were made by the MSMEs of India, by the small and medium enterprises of India. Similarly, there are awards which are related to exports, with the maximum exports which the MSMEs are doing. And then separately, there are state government awards also. So this has been in place in India for a very long time. And within this keeps on increasing. If Z programs say in the next 3 to 4 years, there will be an award specifically for Z also. So this is from Quality Council of India. Namaste. Thank you so much. I'll be happy to take questions.
Thank you, Dr. Raj. Actually, I like the incentives that the government is giving, and your presentation is answering to some of the questions I saw from the participant. What can we do for our SMEs really to participate in this process of certification? The government is really doing well. I would like to ask you, now you have had experience after 5 years from now 5 levels to 3 levels. What is the percentage of SMEs that have managed to enter really the maturity model? Who came from bronze, now they are probably at the gold level. Do you have a percentage in mind of those who came from lower, now are gold awarded Z certification? You can unmute. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. See, our previous experience, we were thinking that MSMEs, every 2 to 3 years, they will be assessed and we will see how they are maturing from bronze to silver to gold. What we realized was the model which we had made had become a bit overwhelming for the small and medium enterprises. And perhaps we thought that, okay, let us go a step back. Let us make it as simple as possible. Let me not throw them a lot of quality jargon or difficult, for all you know, these small enterprises are already practicing those, the best practices, but they don't know it is called Kanban. They don't know it is called 5S. So we thought, let us make it very simple for them, reduce the number of parameters and the levels right now. We have made, as you have seen, Dr. H and everyone else, the bronze level has only 5 parameters. So we have made it very simple for them to get onto bronze. Earlier we saw we had more than 23,000 registrations, but a few hundred only could get onto bronze because they found it very overwhelming. So what we have done is, we have made it easy for them to get onto bronze. The moment they get onto bronze, I give them some incentives. And I said, okay, here are 2 chocolates for getting bronze. Suddenly they see there are 10 chocolates for attaining silver. So the automatic movement towards silver starts. When they achieve silver, they see that it's not only chocolates. There are so many items which are there to when you get gold. So normally they get attracted. So right now, if you see, the regional ecosystem of Africa in India is very similar. You have multiple languages, you have multiple sects, religion, etc. However, we do not have a common system which will attract a small enterprise into getting onto a quality-driven ecosystem. So I have been a small enterprise. I have been a small enterprise myself for a long time. And for me, the best thing to adopt quality practices was some carrot. Otherwise, I was very happy in earning my daily bread. I was not wanting to mature into or get onto the journey of excellence. But now when I see that I see benefits coming into it. So Dr. H, the most important thing any enterprise wants by adopting any quality-driven ecosystem is let me be blunt, let me be honest, it's profits. I need to do more business. How do I tell you that you will do more business if you adopt quality systems and practices? Is through this. First, I need to attract them that I have some reward for you, come over here. The moment I adopt those quality systems, I see there are internal benefits. My rejects are reducing. My inventory is better controlled. I am putting less impact on the environment. I am saving energy, lots of benefits. So as they say in English, the moment I taste blood, I will not leave the quality-driven ecosystem. Then I don't need financial support. Then I don't need subsidies. I will just follow a quality-driven ecosystem. That means I need to have the concept of quality etched in my DNA. It is a long drawn process. It will take time, but we have to start. So we are starting now.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Simplification. I think simplification and incentive are very, very crucial to bring the SMEs into the quality culture. Thank you, Dr. Raj. We will come back to you after the next presentation. Our next presenter is Jean-Pierre, who is also from the Rwanda Standard Board, RISB. He has been actually in a food certification, a product certification. He has a lot of experience on certification. We have interacted a lot, yeah, as a leading expert on certification. We would like to hear from him what is about the Made in Africa. The presentation will be on Quality Award as a means of promoting the Made in Africa and the SMEs competitiveness, the case of Made in Rwanda for Africa. Jean-Pierre Rwajeneza, you can now present.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm very happy and delighted to be part of this very, very exciting, interesting webinar organized by ARSO. My name is Jean-Pierre Rwajeneza, working for Rwanda Standard Board since June 2005. It's quite 16 years of experience, inspection, certification, market surveillance. So I'm going to share with you on Made in Rwanda, which is also one of components that promote quality in our country and across the borders. I can share with you, and then we go through the presentation, and then when you have questions, we'll come back to that. So Rwanda Standard Board, as you know, is a public institution that was the law for Rwanda Standard Board previously was named RIBS, that Rwanda Bureau of Standards, and then was renamed after restructuring, was named RISB in 2013. So since then, we have been doing conformity assessment activities, including standard development, and conformity assessment, other conformity assessment activities, including inspection, import, and market surveillance, including testing. We've also had metrology services for calibration. And as we speak now, we can say that we have a lot of some positive feedback from our clients, but now since 3 years ago, we started the use of Made in Rwanda as another promoting locally made product and system and services. So if you allow me, let me go to the next slide. The content of my presentation, we will look at policies and strategies for Rwanda at EAC and Africa, the Made in Rwanda pillars, what are the criteria for Made in Rwanda, the process of acquisition for Made in Rwanda logo, the current status, the benefit of acquiring Made in Rwanda logo, and some point of discussion. If you go to this next slide, I don't know if you see it very well.
Can you put full presentation? Yeah.
Yes, please. So if you look at the policies, Rwanda has made tremendous improvement in terms of making Made in Rwanda a success story.
Jean-Pierre, if you can click on full presentation. Yes, thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Okay, so let me go back. Wait. Okay, so now we have a national expo strategy that was set in 2009, but was revised in 2015. Made in Rwanda policy in 2017 in December, in order to make Rwanda brand prosper and increase in terms of quality, safety, and access to the market. The quality policy, Rwanda quality policy, that set national quality infrastructure, where we talk about this conformity assessment and how the setup has to be in terms of regulatory, certification, service provision. We have national strategy for transformation. We have the ZOO program, just to help the SMEs to comply with the standards. We realized that uptake of standard was lagging behind, and therefore the government added some funds just to support the SMEs, specifically for the youth, the women, the females, and the disabled people. And then we had another pillar on support of Made in Rwanda entrepreneurship policy that was adopted by the cabinet, approved by the cabinet in April last year, 2020. We have also a very big program ahead, Vision 2050, where Rwanda wants to become a middle income country. And this will be based on the enterprise that comply with the standards, that are able to comply with the standard requirement and be able to access our big African market. If you go to EAC, we have the SQMT Act, that is Standard Quality and Metrology Testing Act of 2007, that also enabling RSB to be part of the development of standards at EAC level. We have the Product Certification Regulation of 2013 that allow movement of goods, certified products, and mutual recognition at East African region. We have the EAC Rules of Origin that were set in 2015, and we have different regulatory framework on cross-border trade. On Africa level, we remember well that it was in March 2018 that the AfCFTA protocol was approved by head of state in Kigali, and specifically on Annex 6 on TBT and Annex 7 on SPS, sanitary phytosanitary. It's a room just for allowing movement of goods and systems and services complying with the standards requirement. We note that also from January this year, the free movement of goods now is effective. So it's also enabling goods and service to be exported from across the region and the African region. We have rules of origin for Africa. Doctor is have more details about this, but this will allow the Made in Africa to take place and to shape very well. We have Agenda 2063 on Africa level. The continent as a whole want to move from one development level to another one. So if I go to the pillars of Made in Rwanda, one, we have to realize that we need synergies. We need to improve our ecosystem of working. So we have primary producers, we have those value chain inputs, we have this banking, we have the service provider like packaging, like machinery. So those inputs are just a different strategy that are set up by the government to help the business, specifically the SMEs, to have the service offered. Let's say if you want to get the raw materials, how do you easily get them? If you want to produce like, let's say cassava, we need the packaging material. Maybe we don't have. So we have to put synergies in setting some specific strategy that will enable the Made in Rwanda to grow. Second, it's a reducing cost of production. You know, Rwanda is landlocked, and we realize that some of products are expensive because of that situation. So government has put some incentives, including just reducing the cost on electricity and water for the manufacturers to some extent. I think it's basing on what time you are producing, it varies. And the packaging material, the raw material, the equipment, the production machinery. So those are some of the measures that are in place to reduce the cost of production. So then number 3 is a pillar on improving quality. Improving quality, the mandate was given to Rwanda Standard Board because in any case, quality is about what people are looking for. Then we need to, through this improving quality, to have uptake of standards, training SMEs through and other programs, providing with incentives. And actually, when I go back to reducing cost of production, is also a scheme just to pay 50% of certification cost by Rwanda Development Board for SMEs that are looking for certification of product or systems. So on improving quality, Standard Board is leading. Promoting backward linkage, also we need to promote these value chain in people, how are they interlinked, how they work with the banking system, the insurance, if need be, or the providers of the marketing services. So those are the issues that are put together. And then last but not least, mindset change. We had a challenge, people saying that locally made products are not of good quality. This mindset change has to go through change because people are producing better quality. Number 2, also through the exhibition, we have a national exhibition every year on Made in Rwanda. And those are the facilities on talks on radio, on television, where people explain where they were from the starting of the system of Made in Rwanda and where they are now. Some are now exporting across Africa, even beyond the borders. So these are on the right side is the logo, how it looks like. It's technologically protected. You can look at it. And then what are the criteria? So 1, to get Made in Rwanda, the company has to be registered and authorized to manufacture the product or to have this system. Let's say you are in a software system or whatever, you need to be a registered company. Then we need the protection of the brand, very critical. We realize some product counterfeit comes just taking the name of a company because you know it is popular, and then you are using it in a way that is not proper. So it has to be intellectual property of the brand. Number 3 is about certification, either a product certification that is S mark or standardization mark, or a system certification. But in some case, you don't have, if you don't have this certificate, you ask, you apply, and then they can come for the inspection and testing, the batch testing, and then you can be given that test report or certificate of inspection. It can be line or decision. Then any statutory and regulatory requirement. You know, in Rwanda, regulation are well implemented. If you look at the ban of plastic bags, which has been very successful, that's one of the regulatory requirement. If you look at the environment protection, so you need to prove how you don't pollute the environment. All these stuff are all put together and now considered for granting the Made in Rwanda. Number 4, it has to be in compliance with the rules of origin. Rules of origin in Rwanda, we use currently the East African Community Rules of Origin, which also applied to all member countries, but we think now we will go upgrade to rules of origin because it's more diverse and maybe this point of discussion. So now briefly, how do you get the Made in Rwanda logo? You can fill in application form going to the RSB website. There is a place where you can fill in information regarding your product or system. Then there is an application review of the submitted documents. You can, if the documentation is accepted, if there is need to go for another assessment, if there was already a certified product or system, that one is requires just to go and do some inspection, produce a report. Also, that one is done, and the report plus the testing in case of the product. Then the document is submitted the certification decision committee at RSB level, and that is granting the Made in Rwanda logo, valid for 2 years, renewable. We said let it be a continuous process because today you can perform well and then tomorrow you fail. So in between 2 years, there is surveillance in terms of regular ensuring conformity in terms of consistency in conformity compliance. So then let me go briefly on the current status. This system started in 2019, so still young. And from then we have 91 companies, totaling 223 products and in different value chain: paints, hand sanitizer, pesticide, agriculture products, cereal product, papers, sanitary pad, coffee, construction material, electrical cables, product presses, gas cooker, fridges. Alcoholic products are in good number because at a time it was mandatory to have S mark, and for them to comply with the requirement, they came in a mass just to have this quality mark, S mark, as well as Made in Rwanda logo. So what are the benefits of acquiring this Made in Rwanda logo? Number one, it fights against product falsification and counterfeiting. One way of ensuring your product is complying is just getting those certification mark, Made in Rwanda, or S mark, or system certification, because the third party is there to confirm your compliance. That is RSB. Number two, the protected logos has some technological patterns with QR code, and it's easy traceability. I think this one can be used at ESC or African region because it will easy movement of good without hindrance, without just cross-checking at every stage. You just have a mobile application, you put, and you get information about the product. Number three, it's a powerful marketing tool. Very important, particularly for this common African market. And then competitiveness in tenders. For RSB, it's good that in our local regulation, the procurement law of 2018 specify compliance with standards as one of the requirements to gain a tender. So this is a very good and way of promoting Made in Rwanda and Made in Africa. I've said about digitally track. Number five, very important. We need to look at promoting Africa traditional product and build African brand. Dr. Imogen, you can remember the product here locally named Isombe. Now I've realized the ISO now has developed a standard on Isombe, and that Isombe is just about dried and ground cassava leaves. Very delicious. So we look at product like those ones, different product that can be produced, and bear the Made in Rwanda, bear the African Made in Africa logo, and then I look at the textile, look at the West Africa, the way they have designed a different way. So there is a room for improvement. So I just put some point of discussion. How can we harmonize criteria for Made in Africa? How can we improve mutual recognition at continental level? What are the challenges related to national quality infrastructure development, resources, both human and capital? What are the challenges to standard uptake specifically by small and medium enterprise? So those are points of discussion I put, and I hope you have enjoyed this presentation. I say in my language, Murakoze, asante sana in Swahili, thank you in English, merci in French, gracias in Spanish. The last one is in Arabic. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you, Jean-Pierre, for the good presentation. It's even talked to what probably the previous presentation from Dr. Raj on implementation of Z. I think also having the issue of intellectual property is very, very clear, protecting also the product originated from Rwanda, rules of origin. And I would like to ask you, in the core part principles, there is mindset. When as much as it started just in 2019, have you seen the mindset change toward now buying made in Rwanda product once you started this process of certifying made in Rwanda product?
Thank you so much, Dr. Hermogen. I want to actually figures speak themselves. If you look at on the market, if you go to the different supermarket around Rwanda, you find now, one, people now are aware, what am I supposed to buy? That is number one. Number two, you look at the publicity. If you look at the TV, all of them, they said, made in Rwanda. In the news, in the, it's now catching up. Number three, the public tenders, even the private tenders. One of the criteria they are putting is made in Rwanda. And if you have made in Rwanda, of course, you have some incentives. Number four, now that change is becoming a reality because of other effort as well. If you look at different effort, Ministry of Trade and Industry, the Rwanda Development Board, now people, when there is exhibition on Made in Rwanda, the turn up is increasing on daily basis. Of course, these days we had COVID challenges, but the number have been increasing, and on annual basis, the numbers of participants, the numbers of goods that people buy increase. And then for export market as well, you can see different product being sold abroad, including the region, the different products. Basically, people used to think it's just only food product, but now we are moving to electric cables that are locally made. You're going to pesticides that are made by one of the local industry that are having some market in West Africa on cacao. You can see that there is a dynamic, and that dynamic is very important. And we hope that with integration with common African market, even we have a bigger market to satisfy. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Jean-Pierre, for the explanation. We hope that the brand Made in Africa can also grow once it's in application, as you said, once we harmonize all this made in the country level, that we can have a trusted brand as Made in Africa at continental level. Thank you for the good presentation. I would like to go to our speakers, just ask the same question while we are wrapping up. One key question is, we have now started the African Continental Free Trade Area. This Africa Continental Free Trade Area, we are looking at the quality culture among our industries, quality culture for our SMEs, quality culture for our consumers to demand the quality product. What is the main challenge you see? I start with Dr. Raj. What is the main challenge you see that our SMEs will have in order to comply with standards on the international level, on the regional level, to be able to access the market, to be able actually to qualify for any quality awards if possible? Dr. Raj.
Yes, Dr. H. So I can give you a lot of ways how this can be done. The exports, even for Z, we are planning to launch it in 2 phases. The first phase is to have the maximum outreach towards manufacturing MSMEs. The second phase is to include service sector small enterprises also, and make sure that the Z model is accepted internationally and exports rise. So if you ask a lot of quality pundits, they will give you a lot of reasons as to how we can, to answer your question, how exactly we can increase exports and how exactly to make sure they rise from one level to the other. But if you ask me, for me, the most important part is explain to the small enterprise the question, why? Why am I doing this? Why do I need to practice 5S? Why is there a law? Why is there a regulation? I will give you a very small example, Dr. H. I was there in a developed country per se, and I was wanting to buy a hot dog from a street vendor. And I went to that vendor and I said, I've got $2, can I have a hot dog? So he just told me that, there's a white line, stand behind that line, and I will call you in 5 minutes. I looked around, there was no one. I was the only person there. I kept wondering, I was in a different country, so I just obeyed. And I stayed there for 5 minutes, and then he said, okay, come over. So I asked him, why did you make me wait 5 meters away behind the white line when there was no one else around? So he said, sir, I was changing my inventory. It's a small hawking station I have. I have hot boiling liquid. I was cleaning up everything to start with the new inventory. There was a possibility if you were nearby, I could have spilled the hot burning oil on you. My knives were lying unattended. You could have placed your hand on the counter and cut yourself. And he gave me 4 or 5 such reasons as to why he asked me to stay behind. He did not tell me a single reason that this was the law, this was a regulation. He told me why the regulation was there. I think, Dr. H and everyone else, for our MSMEs, for our SMEs to grow, it is important we tell them the reason. Why am I asking you to clean your place? Why am I asking you to manage inventory? Why am I asking you to measure process? Why am I asking you to ensure energy is measured and how it can control? The why needs to be answered to them. What is happening with people like you and I, Dr. H, is I'm wearing a helmet and driving so that I can avoid a fine. I'm not wearing a helmet so that if I fell, I can save my head. So the reason for a regulation or a routine or any kind of procedure or a process or an SOP which is laid, the why needs to be answered honestly to the SME. The moment we see that they start understanding the why, they will start practicing it. And believe me, then we will not be having this conversation so frequently. Our main aim should be answer the why.
Yeah, thank you. We should explain the why. We should explain the benefit, why they are doing this. Thank you very much. That is a takeaway lesson. Bahama, mon frère, quels sont les points clés en regardant aussi ton expérience, et quels sont les points clés qu'on peut considérer dans le développement de Quality Award pour l'Afrique? Wow.
Les points clés pour le développement de Quality Award pour l'Afrique.
Oui.
Je pense qu'il faut qu'il y ait au niveau national une compétition, mais avec un référentiel harmonisé au niveau des pays membres de la CAF ou de l'ARSO. Il faut un référentiel harmonisé d'abord qui permettra au moins d'avoir les mêmes critères au niveau national. Maintenant, maintenant le référentiel pour Afrique, pour le prix africain, la qualité, on peut y mettre des critères de qualité, les principes de qualité et des critères d'intégration au niveau africain. Par rapport, par exemple, la part de marché d'un pays, la part des exportations au niveau africain d'un pays. Ça, c'est important comme critère. Et également, le développement durable, le respect de l'environnement. Ça, c'est important aussi également comme critère.
Merci beaucoup. Ouais.
Voilà.
Ouais, merci. Les référentiels harmonisés au niveau de l'Afrique. Et je vois aussi qu'il y a des participants qui ont donné encore d'autres points, qu'il faut faire des échanges, des visites dans d'autres pays pour nos PME. Ça aussi, c'est très important. Jean-Pierre, what is your one take lesson in closing? Yeah, what can we do for Africa to have this African Quality Award to improve the SME and the access to the AfCFTA market? Jean-Pierre.
Thank you so much, Dr. Hermogen. I think one of the most important things is to look at the opportunities that we have. We have a chance to have ARSO. We have a chance to have African Union, the commitment of the head of state, the new development in terms of communication. So this initiative like this webinar is one way of making people aware about the Made in Africa. Why not also organizing exhibition? I think exhibition in one way or another, there is a way we can, usually we have exhibition for local products. Why can't we extend to Made in Africa Expo? These are another way of change. Number three, we have a different private sector. I don't know on African level with ARSO, how can we engage the private sector federation to have an umbrella at African region? Then it's about education, about standards. For experience, in Rwanda, we have standards now. We are certifying products based on ARSO standards. We have adopted a good number of ARSO standards that are on these standards, and these improve uptake of standard. So once we have uptake of standard, of course, we can move ahead. But one of the challenges we need to look at when it comes to this micro, they have challenge, and a program like the Zamuka Ubuziranenge, someone said, what is Zamuka Ubuziranenge? It's a way of supporting the micro and small in terms of capacity building, testing their product until they comply with standard requirement and they are satisfied with the quality so that they can compete. The initiative, that model can be replicated elsewhere and see the result specifically for micro enterprises. And then we look at the common criteria and then we move forward. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the participant, for your participation. The key areas that you had that we should continue working on. One is streamlining the quality culture in a policy document, in a policy framework. Secondly is to ask, to explain the why. Yeah, the why to our SMEs, to our industry, why they should be doing this. Third is that came out clearly that they need incentives. They need incentives. We heard from different presenters. There are some graded incentives like electricity or water discounted, or direct actually financing the capacity building of those SMEs. Third, mindset change that we should also accept the product from Africa when they are really linked to what we saw. Are they registered companies? Do you have intellectual property rights? The rules of origin? Do you have a quality mark? Those are also the key issues. And have common requirements, harmonized criteria. That is very important if we want to move toward an African Quality Awards. And lastly, but not least, have exchange between the business people, between the private sector, have the exhibitions. I thank you very much once again for following the ARSO webinar, which is every month. And I am looking forward to next month where we will discuss more once again on technical regulation issues, once again on mutual recognition. I urge you again to attend our next month webinar. Thank you very much, and I wish you a nice day. For those who have just started the day, a good afternoon and a good evening for those who are in the east part. Thank you very much, and looking forward to see you once again next time. Thank you to our presenters, Dr. Large. Thank you to our presenters, Yugang. Thank you, merci beaucoup, Sar Barama, pour ta présentation. Thank you, Jean-Pierre, for your presentation. Have a nice evening. Yeah. Bye. Thank you very much.